Hello there, I am John Harder, aka Wealth Wiz, and we are about to experience, or are in the beginning of experiencing, the single biggest wealth transfer that has ever happened in human history. And you know, the question is, how much of that wealth is going to be flowing to you, or how much of it is going to be flowing to me? Well, you know, for any of it to come to you, you have to participate. You have to be a participant for it to benefit, right? And really, that's the way it works. You know, you can be a player on a soccer team. And you can come home after the game is over and you can brag about we won. Even if you had hardly anything to do with playing, maybe you never even touched the ball. But hey, you were a player. You know what? Very much of that is going to happen in this wealth transfer that we're right in the beginning of right now. There's really actually very many that are going to benefit who had very, very little to do with what's going on. But listen, you have to be a player in order to get the bragging rights. You've got to be a player. You can't have the bragging rights if you don't. You know what? The people sitting there watching, they can say, yeah, our team won, but they weren't part of the team. So, I mean, they weren't the winners. The team won, right? Well, that's kind of what, you know, how this works. You have to be on the team. You have to be a player in order to gain the bragging rights of saying, look, you know what? A nice chunk of that wealth came to me. Okay, so what are we talking about here? What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about cryptocurrencies. You know, an interesting thing. I've been a marketer, you know, I got to clear something up, actually. I got to clear something up. Some of you may have heard me. I'm not quite sure why I miscalculated my math by that far, but I've been saying on some videos that I've been an internet marketer for 30 years, and that's actually not true. It's only about 16 years, all right? So I want to clear that up because that's not correct. But I have been a marketer for 16 years now, and in those years I have been involved in many different businesses. And of course, you know, at times I made, you know, money not too bad, and others, well, it would have been better if I would have never had anything to do with them. And of course, I can't, you know, it doesn't do me any good or anybody else any good if I say, well, that was that program, you know, because I didn't succeed. Well, that program, it was this and that, the other thing. Listen, success isn't in the program. That's not where that is. It's not in the program. Success is personal. It's personal. You know, it took me a lot of years to catch on to that. It took me a long time. But listen, since I gotten involved with crypto, and yeah, I made some money. I I made some money at times before that, you know, not significant, but yeah, I made some money. All right now, but since I've been involved in cryptocurrencies, I have made millions. And cryptocurrencies, it's not that old. It hasn't been aboard, you know, it hasn't been around that long. Okay. But I'll tell you something. For me, years ago, it was actually in 2009. Until then, nothing was ever my fault. Hell, I could have tripped over a rock and blamed it on somebody else. Or on the rock maybe being in the wrong place. I don't know. But nothing was ever my fault, or no, hell no, I was always right, you know, none of the programs that didn't work, well, that was those programs. That was never me. But you know, something happened in 2009 that got me thinking a little differently. I had to wake up, you know, I had to wake up. And, but for me, it was in a way that I would never expect it. And I think that's probably about how it happens for other people. For some people, it's like somebody says something that just gives them that, you know, that nudge, and that gets them thinking. But for me, it was different. For me, I got health problems. I had health problems all of a sudden, you know. And I mean, wow, it was something, and I got scared, you know. And I went to the doctors, and of course the doctor was right. Oh, they were very willing, very ready to start trying medicines, you know. But wow, I mean, my reaction to that medication was such a nightmare that I didn't take medication again. Actually, the doctor did give me a different medication, and after I brought it home, my wife says, after what you went through yesterday, are you going to try something else? And I was like, you know what? You're right, I'm not going to. But the thing is, now I had no medication, and the problem was getting worse, and what am I to do? Well, all of a sudden, something in here said, you know what? Why don't you go and find out for yourself what's going on? The doctors don't seem to know. They don't have a clue. Why don't you go and find out, you know, what produces? And you know what? I did some research, and that got me studying. I never stopped. I am still studying. But you know what? I have went down rabbit holes, like, I caught on that this world is not what you think it is. Oh, by far not. Okay? Okay, but that's a different story. That's a different story. That can totally wait for another video. What I'm talking about today is that the success lies with you making a decision to be successful. You've got to leave poverty behind and start being successful. Okay? Now, listen, I'm going to make you an offer that if you get started with Python signals, I'm not going to let you fail. I'm not going to let you fail. Now, that is with a relationship though. That means you have to be coachable. That means you have to be coachable. But if you're coachable, you get started and you're coachable, you ain't gonna fail, okay? All right, so I'll work with you person to, you know, if I have to, you know, if that's what we gotta do, that's what we'll do. But I'll tell you, we have training, we have technical training, we have a lot of things in place. But if you need one-on-one, I will help you personally, but I will not let you fail, okay? See, I mentioned a bit ago that that something nudged me, that got me thinking. Before that, I never was thinking. I was never thinking. I do my work. I do what I was told to do, and nothing was ever my fault. I never figured anything out. I never, I mean, yeah, of course, at work, the things that I had to do, the thinking that I had to do in order to get my work done, maybe, but that's about it. But that's not the thinking that I'm talking about. Listen, there is something within you that tells you every day that something is way out of whack in this world. You don't have any idea what it is, and you probably keep telling yourself, I don't need to know. Okay? And if that's the way you think, then let me tell you something else that likely goes right alongside that, and you're probably saying, I don't deserve success. I mean, after all, money is the root of all evil. And why, we, of course, we're meant to work hard. And my parents always worked hard. They always had that and all of that. So, hey, why am I? Is that really what you want to do? You want to fill yourself with excuse after excuse after excuse for your continual failures? Is that what you want to do? Or you want to step up and become successful? Now listen, we all have good days and bad days and this and that and the other thing. But a bad day with a lot of money is a hell of a lot better than a good day without. Okay? So, I'm inviting you, I want to invite you to join me on a Zoom call. Okay? I want to invite you to join me on a Zoom call tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is is the 21st of December 2018. Okay? And you're invited to attend my Zoom call at 8:30 a.m. Central Time. 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Join me on a Zoom call. Okay? And I want to show you how you can. Remember when I opened this video, what I first talked about, the biggest wealth transfer, that we are right in the beginning right now? Well, it's happening with or without you. And like I said, you don't have any bragging rights if you're not a player. You don't have any bragging rights. But if you are a player, on a game that wins, you win. You win, but you have to play. Okay? Now, you might not win nearly as big as the ones that score. But you can win far bigger than you ever have. Okay? You can win far bigger than you ever have. All right, so with that said, I'm going to close this window or this video. And so we'll see you on that Zoom call tomorrow at 8:30, December 21st at 8:30 in the morning, Central Time. You have a wonderful, wonderful day now, okay?